The Iran Hostage Crisis by Mohammad Matsumoto, Foreign Policy. The Iran hostage crisis took place when Iranian students or militants took American diplomats and citizens as hostages. During the crisis, Iranians took control of U.S. Embassy in Tehran, which is the capital of Iran. More background context: American hostages were kept captive on November 4th, 1979. In total, 52 Americans were captured. While they were taken captive, they were kept in small groups and they were not allowed access to the outside world at all. Jimmy Carter's early presidential term, near the beginning of the Iran hostage crisis, was not the best look. First of all, during the start of Jimmy Carter's presidency, he wasn't overall too involved, so it already had made him look like a weak leader. It is said that he did try negotiating with Iran's government here and there, but it wasn't successful, and unfortunately, Carter's actions would be considered ineffective. He put his efforts into rescuing the hostages, for example, by improving the Operation Eagle Claw, which failed, and a lot of Americans lost faith in their leader. President Carter tried to express his urgency by passing the Executive Order 12170 during his late presidential term. He wanted to motivate the Iranians to release the American hostages from captivity. By passing the Executive Order 12170 did help prevent more victims getting taken hostage, so some improvements were seen from his previous works. However, after Carter lost the 1980 election, his public figure was very weak. He was already struggling to manage the country's economic state, and now he had to deal with the Iran hostage crisis. And the hostages only reached freedom after Carter left his office, and they were released on January 20th, 1981, which was also the day Ronald Reagan was he became the new leader of US, and he brought new sign of faith to America. After the hostage crisis, America drastically changed its approach to terrorism and any unjust acts that they encountered by foreign countries, and the US and Iran government relationship was growing more and more strict. US foreign policy went through a lot of shifts and development, especially after the Iran hostage crisis. The Iran hostage crisis incident led Carter to realize the flaws, lacks, and weaknesses of the US foreign policy, and he decided to stimulate more improvements. The government of Iran finally shifted from monarchy to theocracy soon after the Iranian Revolution in 1979. Theocracy is a system of government that is mostly based on religious laws, and it is really all about religious in the government. What were the causes of the Iran hostage crisis? The Shah was the key character and reason to the cause of Iran hostage crisis because he failed to sustain Iran's financial status, and Iran's economic condition dropped, but he wanted to keep it up. So um, Iran and its leader became seen as weak, and Iranians started believing that holding Americans captive will help them obtain power and they won't be seen as weak anymore. What impact has US foreign policy had on the world? The US foreign policy have generally put a positive impact on the world because it revolves around financial support global trade and industry while also promoting human rights, democracy, safety, and security. Why should people care about the Iran hostage crisis? People should care about the Iran hostage crisis to avoid more tragic events like this from happening in the future. This connects back to what we learned all this year during this class. For example, World War II, American Revolution, racial discrimination incidents. All of these are series of events that are rooted from people making the same mistakes over and over. But once people actually start caring and making changes and learning from their past experiences and mistakes, better things can happen in the future. Thank you.